What's good, my peeps? The Ruck is back at you again with another action figure review, this time courtesy of Hasbro Marvel Legends. We have, you see it right there before you, we've got from their VHS line, Morph from the 90s cartoon, the highly anticipated, highly demanded Morph from the 90s cartoon. And yes, indeed, you see we've got the box right here in front of the previous 5 offerings in the VHS series, and Morph is the 6th. We've got Mystique on the way, so yeah, that's pretty cool because we definitely need more villains. And with Morph, you can actually set him up as a hero or a villain, and so that's pretty cool. Anyhow, taking a quick look at the packaging. Looking at that side there, you see it's got that illustration of a sleeve there, like it was a VHS movie box. And of course, on the back, we've got a digital render of Marvel's Morph, and a little readout there. The mutant shapeshifter Morph returns to haunt the X-Men after being captured and manipulated by Mr. Sinister. Anybody that remembers the cartoon, they remember what happened. So we've got more on that side, that artwork. You've got the X-Men, Marvel's Morph at the top, and not too much there at the bottom. So that is our packaging for the VHS series Morph. And now looking at Morph himself on our rotating base, giving you a 360-degree view of the figure. One thing I'll tell you is that he is on the new Vulcan buck, modified of course, to accommodate the arms and the jacket, which is a carryover from Cyclops in the what am I trying to say here? Oh yeah, the Love Triangle 3-pack, which also featured Jean Grey and Wolverine, Bone Claws Wolverine to be exact. So they carried that over to here, and yeah, so our second figure utilizing that Vulcan body mold. At least I believe it's the second one so far anyway reviewed. But while Morph is rotating, going round and round on that base, why don't you take the time to go down below and hit that like button for me, and while you're down there, hit that subscribe button so we can get this channel built up and moving along. And yeah, so while you're doing that, I'll be getting Morph off of the rotating base so we can get a closer look at him. Morph comes with an extra set of hands open. The left hand, you see, is kind of sort of what a right hand is, more of a grasping style hand, and they're molded in a you know, skin colored, Caucasian skin colored type of plastic. And this is why you can opt to have Morph in his villainous persona, so to speak, and have his box flipped on the villain side, pointing towards the X-Men, like Mr. Sinister is. But you see here, it's got the eyes with the coloring surrounding them, and he's got the sinister look, and the lips as well. He's got that that kind of sinister grin. The hair is nice and kind of like a brownish black. No shading or anything in it, but still good to have this option. Now taking a look at our Morph. Remember, this is the VHS line, so there is cell shading with this figure, and we're going to go over the cell shading right after we take a look at this head sculpt right here. And looking at it, you see that this is the quote-unquote good Morph. Doesn't have the circles under the eyes, and his lips are closed. And you know, he being a shape changer, a shapeshifter, it would have been nice if a head of a different character would have been included, just for that. But I guess, you know, we can always take heads from other figures and do that, but that's not the point. You know, he's a shapeshifter, so having other head sculpts to portray his powers would have been a nice touch. but that isn't what happened, so it is what it is. Anyhow, we've got his jacket, and immediately you start to see that cell shading right there on his left collar, left shoulder, and it goes down. Well, I said left. Wow. Right. Here we go again. Let's start that over. His right collar, right shoulder, and going down his right arm, as you can see right there. And on the forearm, you've got some there as well, going all the way down. So you've got that. Then as far as the other side, on his left side there, he's got the X emblem. And then there's some cell shading on that left arm, on the bicep there, the center of the bicep, going down there too. And that's what you got there. You've got his belt, got the X logo. The belt is molded in red. The X logo is painted black. So you got that going down. You got some cell shading there on the leg bands, both of them. They're like leaning towards the right. Going further down, the same thing with the boots. You got the cell shading. Once again, they're like leaning towards the left side there, and down on the feet themselves, you've got the same thing. As far as the bands go, these are sculpted in, unlike what we got with Cyclops in both his iterations. With the jacket and without. Those they were annoying and they kept falling down. And the same thing with the tops of the boots, they were loose as well. And a lot of people had opted to just glue them in place. So that's what ended up happening there. See if we can get him back in focus. Jeez. There we go. There we go, and that's our Morph. Peeping Morph's articulation, you can see that the arms, because of the jacket and the way how they are, you can't get them straight up and down 12 to 6 o'clock. So they're going to be beveled out like that. So that's unfortunate, but I guess it is what it is. His head is on a ball hinge, so he can look up that far. He can look down quite a ways. Being Morph, he can give you that attitude, and of course you can do a 360 if you're forced to issue. The collar of the jacket's gonna impede a little bit, so that is what it is. You can get the arms just a slightly above 90, and of course the shoulders can rotate 360. He does have a bicep swivel, single jointed elbow that also swivels. That's probably so it doesn't break up the appearance of the jacket there. He's got swiveling wrist and a horizontal hinge, and it's that way on all of his hands. As far as his torso, he's got an ab crunch. He can go forward that far, back that far. He's got a waist swivel that is hidden behind his belt there. My belt is a little off center. His hips, he can get them out this far. He can lift his leg up 90, go back about that far. He's got a thigh cut that's hidden, so to speak. It's cut right at the thigh band. He's got double jointed pinless knees, beautiful, looking seamless there. He's got a boot cuff swivel. He can point his toe that far forward, that far up. He has ankle pivot, and you know what it is. He's got holes, peg holes at the bottom of his feet. Here's our guy Morph with his evil persona head on and his open hands. Here's Morph next to Cyclops, who they borrowed the jacket from for Morph, and of course Cyclops. It's crazy, but more or less every single version of Cyclops that we've gotten, and we've gotten a lot. In fact, we're going to get another one sometime next year, the Astonishing Cyclops. They've all been on the Bucky Cap mold. I suspect that Astonishing Cyclops is going to be on the Vulcan mold. And at some point for the VHS line, we're going to get this version of Cyclops cell shaded and on the Vulcan mold as well. At least I hope. So far, everything with the exception of Morph, of course, has been reissues and repaints. Morph, this is a first-time figure, so it's a first-time figure for Marvel Legends as well as a first-time figure for the VHS line. And here we have Morph along with the other 5 figures in the VHS line. All of them, of course, cell shading. As cell shading goes, for me, the best example of it is the Wolverine figure. Whenever I look at Wolverine, and I've stated this before, if you kind of sort of like look at him and kind of like look, it's hard to describe, look kind of like trying to look past him, he actually comes off like the cartoon. Storm, even though her cell shading doesn't translate well, in my opinion, it does change how her costume looks, and I like that appearance with the cell shading. The attempted cell shading actually gave her an improvement with her costume. As far as Jean and Jubilee and of course Mr. Sinister, who's got the weakest example of the cell shading, yeah, it is what it is with them. But these are the 6 VHS figures that we've gotten so far. Mystique is next, and hopefully I'll have her soon for your reviewing pleasure. But to sum it all up, I just basically did well as far as the other figures concerned. But in terms of Morph himself, I have to say that it's great. Morph is on that Vulcan body, which is cool. Loving that already. I love the evil head sculpt. That's great. The cell shading is it's okay. I guess it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's not. It's in my opinion, better than Jubilee, Jean Grey, Mr. Sinister, and Storm in terms of the cell shading, what the functionality of it, what it's meant to do. First time figure, both for Marvel Legends and for this VHS wave or line, and very good. First time for that. First time in this line that we've got a figure with pinless joints. So Morph is just he's just breaking all kinds of precedents right here. He's Hasbro Pulse and Shop Disney exclusive. So if you want yours, you need to go there for them. I don't know if he's available anymore, but you can go check that out for yourselves. And yeah, of course, light on accessories. He only comes with an extra set of hands, which I'm sporting right now, and that head as well, which that's the head I think I'm going to sport him in, especially since we don't get any heads to show his power, additional heads. I guess we can always, like I said earlier, dig them up and use them to demonstrate his ability to shapeshift. But I think using the evil head is the best way to display him. So, and that's why I've got his card. I added that, or his box. I added that right here. He's on the Sinister side, so to speak. And yeah, and of course that's where Mystique is going to go as well, who also happens to be a shapeshifter. So we'll see what's up with her. Anyhow, you guys please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and leave comments, critiques, questions, concerns. Let me have it. And of course, if you want to be notified, hit that bell, smash that bell, and you will be so notified. And this is the VHS line of cell shaded figures, and yep, it's building up to be pretty nice. I think Morph is an excellent addition, whether you want to use him with this or in a different type of display. I think you can get away with it either or. So with that note, I'll leave you with this. The hunt continues, and I'm out. Peace.